Hey guys, today we are going to be talking about bullying tactics. These are the tactics that are used on women to keep them in line by other women. It doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your country. These tactics are universal and they will be used on you no matter what part of the world you're in. They have been used for centuries. In order to conquer bullying as a woman, you need to look at what bullying looks like. You need to understand what it appears as, because the bullying in the community of women can be so covert sometimes that you won't even be able to tell that that's what's happening. Let's get into it. Beware bullying tactics. Let's go. Rejection and isolation. That is a huge bullying tactic that women of all ages and races across the board will use as a weapon to bully, okay? Rejection and isolation. Check this out. In that video, that was Elise entering the Bad Girls Club house for the first time. All of these videos and clips are going to be used for educational purposes only. So she came into the house and she said, "Hi, everybody. I'm Elise. How are you guys?" And all of the women sat there. They continued to do their makeup. They looked up at her and they ignored her. Now, mind you, Elise's picture was already up before she got to the house, and the ladies all saw her picture and they were like, "Oh my God, she's so pretty." And they started drawing on her picture. So they already had an issue with her long before she got to the house. The biggest competition amongst women is sexual competition. So the minute a woman is deemed as attractive, they already hate you. They are probably not even going to try to get to know you. That is what happened to Elise in this situation. They already rejected her from just seeing her photo. So when she got to the house, they isolated and ignored her. So why do women use rejection and isolation as a bullying tactic? It's reverse psychology. Women desire acceptance. Women are obsessed with being accepted by other women. That's why women are always trying to attach themselves to another woman. Women are always trying to be friends. They're always trying to push themselves on another woman, right? Women are very invasive. They desire to connect with people. They desire to attach themselves to other women. They want to be a part of the group. They're willing to bully an innocent woman just to belong to the group that's doing the bullying. Women are obsessed with being accepted. Women can't handle rejection. So because they know this, they weaponize that against other women and isolate them or reject them like they did to Elise in this clip. Women desire acceptance. So because they know that, they purposefully reject and isolate other women because they know that'll lower your self-esteem. Well, I'd like to give you a cautionary tale. That doesn't work on grown women, okay? That only works on women who don't know their power. For me, you're not talking to me, even better. I prefer if you stay at your cubicle and you stop trying to come up to mine. Reaches a level of maturity, solidity, and self-validation, the validation of other women, it's not needed. Attaching themselves to other women, it's not needed, okay? So women use isolation as a form of punishment. If you are a woman, you'll stand on your own 2 feet, you like yourself, it's not isolation for you. It's time for you to think and feel more better because you don't have to lower yourself based on the egos of other women around you. They want you to desire their approval. Okay, that's what they did to Elise. They're like, all right, we rejected her, we isolated her. Now she's going to fight to want to be accepted by us. She's going to fight to want to be our friend, to want to be a part of the group. And unfortunately, that's what she ended up doing. It's reverse psychology. Excuse my language. F those people. Okay? Like, really? Girl, please. Nobody wants to fight to be a friend. Are you crazy? For what? You're going to pay a bill or two for me? I don't think so. So it's not needed. That has to be your mentality so that you stay above the bullying tactics that women do. Let's move on to number 2. Bullying tactic number 2. Let's talk about bullying tactic number 2. Bullying tactic number 2 is shading and sunning. What is shading and sunning? Shading and sunning is when you are hanging out with a woman And you guys are supposed to be friends or building some type of friendship, but it seems like every time you guys hang out, she is shading you. She is saying things where you're like, wait a minute, that kind of sounds like a jab. But you're not really sure because this woman is trying to be your friend. She's trying to get to know you. You're trying to get to know her. However, every time you hang out with her, it's like she's sunning you because she's saying these weird, shady comments. Take a look at this video.
That's how I get my man. And that's how I got him to marry me in 2 years and 2 months.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now I want you to get with it so you can get him to get you that right, because I see you still walking around with that tattoo.
The jury is still out on Tammy and Jocelyn's friendship. She's funny, I give her that. But I don't know what type of friend she's used to dealing with, because these little jabs, I ain't with it.
I love.
There you have it. That was Jocelyn and Tammy hanging out. Tammy got invited to Jocelyn's house. They were going to hang out, you know, have some fun, have a couple drinks, maybe have some lunch. And Tammy felt like Jocelyn was being shady to her during this interaction. What you guys have to understand is some women don't want friends, they want sons. They want women around them that they can bully and make feel less than, okay? The minute you spot that, it is a form of bullying. And yes, women bully their friends too, okay? So once you spot that a woman is bullying you and trying to son you, tell her adios amigo, hasta la vista, bye-bye, and just stop talking to her because she's a damn bully. So shading and sunning is a tactic that a lot of insecure women use because they're obsessed with feeling superior to the woman that is around them. It's very weird, right? It's very weird. But once you sense this and you clock this, I'd go ahead and get out of there. That is a bullying tactic, okay? If a woman values you as a friend, she's not going to do that. Let's keep it going. The next bullying tactic, team tagging, okay? Team tagging. I actually think team tagging is one of the most popular bullying tactics that women use, okay? Now, why do women team tag? Why do they attack in groups? Because they're cowards. That's why. A coward cannot stand on their own 2 feet. A coward needs backup, okay? I've experienced this in my past. You know, I don't need backup. You know, if I'm going to address you, I'm going to address you there. That's why you guys will notice when you guys comment certain things about certain people, I say, leave me out of it. I'm not going to be a part of your hive. Or, you know, you have a dislike for that person, fine. But don't try to invite me into it. I don't do the team tagging. Women team tag. That is how they attack. I don't like that at all. So take a look at this. Clip. So that right there is bullying, okay? It is bullying, you guys, and it's not right, and it's not nice, and it's not kind. Let me not say nice. It's not kind to do that, to ambush and team tag. So all of these, Shawnee, Evelyn, Jen, all walked into the restaurant to make Gloria feel uncomfortable as she's eating her dinner to try and bully her. It's 3 against 1, okay? So when you see things like this, men know that women are brutal to one another. They don't do half the things that women do. They know it's bad in our community. So essentially, when you are going to address someone and you have to come with a whole bunch of other women as backup, that is bullying. If you want to address somebody about something, you pull them to the side. Okay, you say, I'd like to have a conversation with you. There's something that happened. I don't like it, and I'd like to talk about it. But why do you have 3 other women walking in with you? Why is that needed? You are trying to intimidate one woman, and they were all jealous of her anyways, you know, hoping that her marriage would fail, which it did. Keep women out of your romantic affairs. They want you to be unhappy like them. So do not put them into your marriage. Don't bring them around your husbands and kids. They're so jealous. Companies. They will always revert back to this because it's inside of them. it has to be uprooted and removed. But society has failed women in regards to this because we're, the reality is we're in a patriarchy. Patriarchy doesn't take women seriously. Men don't take women seriously. So they're not going to, the system of society is not going to tell women, hey, this behavior needs to change. They want you in a helpless, hopeless state. They want you in an immature state. They want you fighting over handbags, who has better boobs, who has the better man. They want you reliant on them while they're slowly slipping the rug from under your feet, and men are the one that are making decisions on your bodies. Ladies, listen to what I'm telling you. There are men in a big room, in a courthouse deciding on your body. They view women as children. They don't even allow you to decide. That's how much they don't take you seriously. While men are making decisions on your body, women are grouping up at dinner tables, bullying one another over nonsense. Okay? You don't even realize what's happening because women are too preoccupied with bullying and immature behaviors while there are grown men walking into courtrooms deciding what you get to do with your womb. Okay? The next bullying tactic is look shaming, okay? Women are obsessed with looks, right? Women lie about a lot of things. There's a lot of lies in the community of women, and one of those lies is, oh, we don't care about looks. We don't bully based off looks. We don't care about looks. We don't care about body. Yes, you do. You're obsessed with it, actually. You're actually obsessed with it. All women of all races are obsessed with beauty. They just lie and say that they're not. Okay, so then if you're not, why do you bully beautiful women? If you're not, why are you at Sephora for 2.5 hours? If you're not, why are you doing research on face rejuvenation, face reconstruction, boob reconstruction, BBL, how to lose more weight? Women are obsessed with beauty. That's why beautiful women are on the receiving end of the worst attacks. Which is why I have a Beautiful Women series, because women will destroy you because of the way that you look. That's on that. We all know that. However, because looks are so important to women, that is what they use to shame other women. Oh, you got bags over your eyes. You don't got hair. You're bald-headed. Your tits are saggy. Your butt is flat. You got cystic acne. Whatever it is that they have to use to make you feel inadequate, that is usually the first thing that a woman will use to attack another woman as far as bullying is their looks. Take a look at this clip.
Because she doesn't. She's the least exciting to look at. So she can be out. She doesn't.
Bullying tactics. The next bullying tactic that women do is trying to make a woman feel uncomfortable about her outfits or her sexuality. Check out this clip.
Is it your wedding? Oh my God. This is not appropriate. It's Vegas. Is it your wedding? It's our wedding. And it's Vegas. You would not get to come in my wedding. Yeah.
Now, I am speaking from a Christian woman's perspective. There are certain things that I don't agree with because of my faith and my belief system in God. However, I am not a religious fanatic, and I understand that not every woman is a Christian. So I don't have the right to make another woman feel weird because of her sexuality or the way she chooses to express herself with the way that she dresses. She may not live by my code. And that is the issue in the community of women as far as bullying, is women want you to be like them, not understanding that we all express ourselves in different ways. We all believe in different things. We all go through life in different ways. The amount of calls I have with even women who are ex-workers, and some of them are scared to tell me they're an ex-worker or scared to tell me they're a stripper. And I'm like, ma'am, this is a judgment-free zone. I'm not a bully if you live your life differently than me. Why would you be afraid to tell me that you're an ex-worker or a stripper? I will still give you God and God's love no matter what. But a lot of women, they look at you, the way that you express yourself, the way that you dress, the way that you go through life, they will judge you based on that if it makes them feel some type of way. So in that scene, Shawnee was trying to make Brandy feel like, oh, well, that's inappropriate. You can't wear that to a wedding. I wouldn't have you wear that. Why? Because you think your man's going to look at her? And if he does, then clearly he has wandering eyes. And, if you can't police other women to keep your man from looking at other women. Like, that's an insecure way to go, right? Are you socially awkward? If this is something that you are struggling with, the ability to have superb social skills, etiquette, the ability to understand social cues, the ability to go in a room, read the room, work the room, and put your best foot. Are your emotions controlling you, or are you controlling your emotions? Emotional control is a big thing. In this class, we will talk about the skills, a little bit of the skill of thinking as well, and just how you can live your life in a way where your emotions are not your master.